That's all right.
All right. How's it going? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me about the match. Do you feel like you came out of nowhere?
I mean, it came out of nowhere. I've been around since 2017 when I got a silver medal in the Worlds. No disrespect. That kind of sounded a little arrogant, but maybe a little offensive for me. But everyone likes something new and shiny, and maybe that's why people don't really like me that much and say I'm coming out of nowhere because I'm not new and shiny. But I mean, I was the #1 seed. I qualified the way for the Olympic Games. I've been in the finals match ever since 2017. I got a world silver medal and fifth place in 2018. I was in the bronze medal match, and I didn't make the team in 2019. But 2 out of 3 series, and I went to 3 matches against Dayton Fix there, and then qualified the weight 2020. God stepped in and said, "Not today. Olympic Games are postponed," and now we're here. So I wouldn't say I came out of nowhere.
So do you think that that them being postponed last year to this year, do you think that was better for you, was worse for you in terms of the wrestling, or how did it work? I mean, it's worked out for sure.
Yeah, it worked out. So hindsight's 2020. Maybe it worked out for me. But I mean, I was in a unique situation, let's say, last year, and I was ready to go. I had Mark Perry as my coach, and we were gonna get the job done. We were ready to go. I beat the Cuban, who's probably one of the best guys in the world. Second round at the Pan Am Championships, qualified the weight. I was running all cylinders. I was ready to go. But this year has allowed me to grow beyond the sport of wrestling. I got married. I moved halfway across the country. That's not something you do on a whim. It's not an opportunist thing to do necessarily. It was a sacrifice. I kind of started over. I made a home in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. I made a new family with Nittany Lion Wrestling Club in Penn State University with Coach Kale and company, and especially Coach Cody have taken me in under their wing, been fathers to me. So look in the bigger picture, wrestling is great, but I grew in this last year more than just a wrestler. I grew, I became a bit more of a man, a better person. So I'm just extremely grateful, and I thank God that I'm here today. Maybe I'm excited. I'm kind of
No, it's great.
rambling, but
by out of nowhere, I only meant that people don't know you, I think, as well, and now they will, right?
Right. I meant no disrespect. I know you didn't mean any disrespect either. I just wanted to kind of explain where I'm coming from.
Glad.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. I've got a media question. First question coming in right now.
Hey, Thomas, this is Cody.
Hey, I just can't get away from you, huh?
Hey, man. Just being from Iowa, of course we're going to follow you around. But I when we talked beforehand, this has obviously been a big goal for you, and to finally take obviously the goals are bigger, right? To go win gold, but to take this first step and to get on the team and to take care of this, how does this feel in your mind in this moment?
It's a little surreal right now. I think that it'll hit me maybe after the drug test, and I kind of see my family for a longer extended period of time, and I'm around my teammates and my family in that sense too. It'll hit me, but I got to take it one step at a time. I'm just trying to be present. That's the biggest thing for me and my wife coming in this tournament and our lives together, is just being present in the moment. And so I want to enjoy this. I'm going to take it all in. I'm an Olympian. It's something to be very proud of. But I'm going to take a page out of Nick Lee's book. After the national tournament, he said, "Chop wood, carry water." And what's that mean? I don't know. Google it. But essentially for me, it's back to work tomorrow. How did I get here? Chopping wood, carrying water. How am I going to get to be an Olympic champion, Olympic gold medalist? Chop wood, carry water. And that starts tomorrow. But tonight, I'm going to enjoy myself, enjoy the presence of my family, and just see if it ever sinks in. Hopefully it doesn't, because that means there's still work to be done.
I gotcha. The idea of staying present and continuing to focus on the thing that is in front of you. When did that lesson, I guess, when did you learn it, or when did it maybe finally sink in?
I think I really learned it first from Coach Kale and the way he talks to the team before the practices. I've just been really paying attention to what he has to say, as everyone should. He's a very wise person, and he has a lot of information to give, and he's very giving in that knowledge to us as his athletes. And he just, it's kind of what he talks about every day. Just have fun. It's cliche and people think it's funny that's why I think a lot of people don't like us here at Penn State. So we're just having fun and we're just being present. And it's hard to have fun when you're thinking about the future and you're having anxiety, you're thinking about the past and you're having depression. Just be present, enjoy the moment. We're alive. A lot of people, and we're healthy. A lot of people can't say that. But beyond that, with my wife, we've kind of started this journey, in our faith, but also in philosophy. She was a philosophy major in college, and something we've been studying together is stoicism, and just being present is like one of the foundations of that philosophy. And you just get to know yourself a little bit better, and it's hard to know other people when you don't know yourself. So just, that's kind of a long-winded answer. I'm not sure where I'm going, but
I got you. Last one for me, more tactical. That first match with Vito seemed like it went a lot of the ways that your matches usually go. You kind of wear on him and gas him out, and you're able to get to your offense a lot in that second. That second match, though, it looked like he changed up a lot of things. What kind of challenges did he present in that second match?
Well, that first match, I'm just thinking back to my college career, how I got made fun of a lot for breaking Lezak from the bottom, but it's kind of the truth. And I'll kind of use that analogy with him in that first, I think he wanted to get that match over with quick, and as all of us do. But he spent a lot of energy on that takedown, that leg lace, and shame on me for getting there. But it took it out of him, and they had a different game plan. They were kind of banging with me a little more. We were hand fighting a little more, so I was able to pressure, snap, get to my underhooks, and get to his legs. They were kind of staying away from me a little bit more. Once the pressure kind of stayed, I put the pressure on them, snapped them a couple of times. They really started to wrestle that outside. And then, the second period, I was kind of doing the same thing. I was like, well, heck, I got 3 minutes. I'm up by 2. Let's try to get a takedown. Let's just win this match, essentially. And that's something I haven't really been good at ever since 2018. Is I kind of forgot how to win. I'm always in those matches. I beat the best guys in the world. I'm always in those matches with the best guys in the world. But for a long time, I just had a hard time figuring out how to win. And that's not how I want to win. Obviously we want to win differently, but it's a start and it's a win. And at the end of the day, that's what history remembers you for, is winning. And yeah.
Righteous. Congrats, man.
Thank you.
And we have another question here, maybe a question from Jake.
Yeah, Thomas, you referred to Penn State as a medium. You've ingrained yourself in the community, and you get a lot of outpourings of support. Coming from Iowa to Penn State, just what does it mean to you to now be such a part of the program and of the culture, and to get the support that you've gotten?
I mean, it means the world to me. I'm I not anymore, but I was an outsider. I was a nomad looking for a home. In a way, I had Mark Perry as my coach, really my personal coach and my kind of go-to guy. And he was leaving Iowa, and I was like, well, I got to figure out what to do. And they've taken me in and done more for me than I could ever ask anybody to do for me. It's just been amazing. Not only the guys on the team and the coaches, but just the whole community. Iowa City, Iowa is not the only place that loves wrestling. State College is a great place to be if you're a wrestler and you like wrestling. So it's just been amazing.
And last night before this matchup, you talked about how you've been humbled a lot the last year plus, with COVID and everything that's gone on. How important has that humility and maybe learning that or channeling that been to your development?
It's been huge. It's been the center of that development, because when you're trying to make yourself a new home and you're kind of the outsider, the nomad looking for a home, you have to be humble. There's no choice. You don't run the show. You don't really ask for much. You mind your P's and Q's and maybe a little bit more than you usually would. And so in that sense, I've really had to humble myself. But, COVID, gave me a lot of time to just sit and think, and my grandfather always says you get in trouble thinking. And that's the case a lot, but sometimes you got to think a little bit to get yourself out of a hole and out of a funk. And it's kind of what I was in, was a hole in a funk, just mentally and spiritually. And so, just kind of had to be humbled to ask God for guidance and forgiveness, and ask him to show me the direction. I'll take it. And, he's showing it, and I just take the path that he presents me. And today it's on to Tokyo. So everything is because of him and for him. And I'm just thankful and grateful for that.
And, when you came to the NLWC, I'm sure you had goals in mind of what you wanted to accomplish. I'm sure this was probably one of them. I mean, did you expect it to happen this quickly? Did you visualize it and say, hey, I'm going to join the NLWC and I know I'm going to be successful right away? What was that process like?
Yeah, that was kind of the plan. In my head, when I was coming to the 99 Wrestling Club, it was for a lot of reasons, but the main reason was to get better at wrestling. I was at a place in my career, and I needed to go to another place in my career if I wanted to accomplish my goals. And that essentially was just getting better at the sport of wrestling and finding the love for the sport again. I was ready to retire, to be quite frank. I was going to go win the trials, win the Olympics, be done, never look at the sport again. That's kind of where my mind was at. And that's not a good place to be. When you're trying to compete. And I'm kind of in the renaissance of my wrestling career right now. I'm finding love for the sport again. And people say, oh, well, you've been at Penn State for a year and you're still doing the same dang things. Yeah, well, maybe, but my head is different. My mind is different. I have more confidence. The things I'm bringing to the mat mentally and spiritually are different. I'm a different person, even though I'm doing the same things. You don't change overnight. I've added a little bit, tactical, technical things, but you're not going to see it every single time out there. If you really study my films, you're going to see things that are different. But now I'm just ranting and raving.
No worries. Last question for me on a lighter note. How's your dodgeball game? Have you improved since you got to State College?
Can you repeat that first part?
It's sort of a lighthearted question, but obviously I know dodgeball is a big part of the NLW. How's your game been?
Oh, not great. So I usually use that time to warm up on my own. So I need just the way my genetics are. I need a little bit. I need my mind. I'm kind of a scatterbrain, as everyone can tell. Listen to my interviews, but I need structure. So, and I need a long warm up. I need a long structured warm up. So when those guys are playing their dodgeball, I like to get my warm up in. But there was one time where I kind of got the itch to play dodgeball. But I just got back from France, and actually I was wrestling Vito, and I kind of hurt my elbow a little bit in a scramble. And it was my right elbow. It's my throwing arm. So I kind of had the itch to play, maybe because I couldn't physically, but yeah, my game hasn't improved. I've tried it a couple of times, but I'm awful. I can't throw, can't catch, and I'm just like an easy target. They don't take it easy on new guys.
Yeah. Thanks, Thomas. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're clear. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
We'll see you in Tokyo.
Yes, sir. Thank you.